Good morning, planet Earth. Thank you very much for tuning in today to the QC Cubed Space Station. My name is Eric Staubus, and I am the QC Cubed Space Coach. This is video number 4 in the set of 7 that are designed to introduce you to the intelligent energy of space. Video number 4, the laws of space. Here's a fast recap of what we have done so far. We established the existence of the intelligent energy of space when we derived the QC Cubed formula in video number 1. I introduced you to QC Cubed space water in video number 2. Then I showed you how pyramids focus the intelligent energy of space in video number 3. Today, in video number 4, you are being introduced to the laws of space. Now, one thing I like to do before I start each video dissertation is to review the discovery that I made in 1979, because it is the crux of the new science that is being developed. That discovery was that the source of the energy that moves particles through space is space itself. Everything is made up of particles. Therefore, whatever moves them moves everything else. On top of that, there's only one space in the universe. The space out there is the same as the space in here. In other words, the space that contains and moves the planets is the same as the space that contains and moves the particles inside atomic structure. That one space moves everything, therefore it has created everything. And everything includes intelligence. So that's the basic foundation of everything that we talk about in these videos. Okay? Now, moving right along. Let's begin by declaring what we mean by a law. From time to time I use my glasses, okay? I Googled the word, and according to Merriam-Webster, the classic author of dictionaries for hundreds of years, quote, "A law is a rule of conduct or action prescribed or formally recognized as binding or enforced by a controlling authority," unquote. Now, if the controlling authority is the Sheriff's Department or the CHP, California Highway Patrol, we're talking about the laws of society. If the controlling authority is the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle, or the velocity of the wind in the motion of a projectile, we're talking about the laws of nature. Now, we assume we can change the laws that we fabricate, such as the man-made laws of society, but not the ones that we discover. We cannot change the laws of nature, at least that's what we assume. This is probably the first time, okay, anyone will be considering the laws of space, because I discovered them in 1979. Actually, what I discovered was the source of the energy that moves particles through space in 1979. Over the years after that, the laws evolved subsequent to that discovery. And there's quite an interesting reason for why that evolved too, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. Of course, since everything is made up of particles, it is entirely reasonable to assume that whatever moves them moves everything else. I already said that. When I realized that there was only one source of all energy in the universe, I looked to see how this energy moved the particles. Please recall in video number 3, we realized that the universe works in threes, so it is natural that in the science of space, we have discovered the 3 laws of space, which serve as the controlling authority, okay, when it comes to the process of transforming thought to form. The laws of space are 3. Here they are: creation, evolution, infinite exchange. That's my dog. LMA, quiet. Shh. The laws of space are creation, evolution, and infinite exchange. These are not just mechanical laws because this is not just a mechanical universe. These are spiritual laws because this is an intelligent universe. The energy of space moves all material objects according to the laws of space. Now, physics measures the motion of material objects and describes the forces that cause that motion, and, of course, the process by which that motion was instigated. But metaphysics, through the laws of space, describes the creative processes of the intelligence that is responsible for all motion. The intelligence, okay? Not just the force, the intelligence. To get a better understanding of this, we need to clarify what it is we mean by space, okay? Because we cannot directly perceive the emptiness of space. We see the objects that float around in it, okay? But we can formulate a working metaphor by imagining that space is like a fabric. Now, this is very handy, okay? Before the Michelson-Morley experiment of 1887, okay, this fabric was conveniently referred to as the ether of space. But they thought they disproved the ether, so the term no longer applied, okay? Well, what we're going to discover now is that they did not really disprove the ether. Okay, what they did was come to the wrong conclusion about their experimental results. They can't disprove, okay, they thought they disproved the ether. Well, we've changed that name to the fabric of space, and you can't disprove something that does exist, okay? Anyway, carry on. We will be discussing that in greater detail in the next video, but for now, suffice it to say that a good working metaphor to help us visualize what space actually does is to think of it as the unseen fabric of space, okay? We are on this demonstration side of the fabric of space, and on the other side is the source of all creation. The one source of all light is on the other side of the fabric of space, and everything that light creates is on this side of the fabric of space. That makes sense. When the photons of light pass from the one source of all light to this side of space, where they form all matter, they pass through the seam in the fabric of space, and that seam is the wave that moves the particle it creates. So, the first act of that creative process is the act of creation. Law number 1. Once the particle is on this side of the fabric of space, it begins to live its destiny. It moves in a direction and with an intention to form something. It begins the process of evolving into whatever it is creating. So, we identify this process as the second law of space, the law of evolution. And we have found, through experiment, that this is the law of life itself. The newly created particle, okay, is moving through the one source of all intelligence and all energy, space. through the one space that fills this entire universe. And it is being guided through that evolutionary process by the creative source itself, which contains everything it creates and is contained within everything that it creates. This process is identified by the third law of space as infinite exchange. This is the force Newton identified as gravity. And it is the force of attraction between everything that has been created. And, check it out, it is an intelligent force. The force of creation is what moves all the particles in all the planets. The force of evolution is what shapes the destiny of everything that is created. It is the life force that fashions the embryo into the full-grown adult. And infinite exchange is the link between the creator and what is created, and between everything that is created. It is gravitational intelligence. And that's enough for now. The laws of space. Creation, evolution, infinite exchange. I look forward to seeing you for video number 5. Thank you very much.